But this is my opinion. This is strange. Who kills somebody and brings them back to their home? So we're looking at a news article here. Police in Ireland are called Garda. They are still looking into the suspected murder of the farmer named Michael Gaine. After 64 days of searching, they found a chainsaw they believe was used to cut his body up. Michael was 56 years old, and he lived with his wife on a huge farm in Kenmare, County Kerry. He was last seen alive on March the 22nd, and his wife reported him missing. Later, police found human remains in a tank full of animal waste under a cow barn. They think the body parts are Michael's. The chainsaw was found hidden on the farm. It has been sent to the lab in Dublin for testing to see if it is in fact Michael's DNA on it. Police think that the chainsaw might have been used after Michael was killed near the barn. They are also checking if the floor in the barn was damaged by the chainsaw. Investigators are searching 3 main areas on the farm for more clues. So I'm guessing if they see that the floor of the barn has been damaged by the chainsaw, that means that Michael was actually dismembered there. More body parts have been found on the land where animals waste was spread. DNA tests are being done to prove that the body parts belong to Michael and to find out how he died. The terrible discovery happened when Michael's nephew, Mark O'Regan, and a farm worker were spreading waste on the land. Their machine got blocked, and when they checked it out, they found what looked like human body parts. Police were called right away and turned the farm into a crime scene. A man in his 50s was arrested on May the 18th, but let go the next day because he didn't admit to anything. He had past problems with the Department of Justice and was already known to the police, but they said this had nothing to do with Michael's case. He is now free to leave Ireland, but if charges come back up again, he will be brought back in. The police are getting help from the Kerry County Fire Service, the Defense Forces, and the forensic experts, including Dr. Sally Ann Collis and Dr. Lori Buckley. Police say it might take several more days to find and recover all of the remains. Danny Healy Ray, a local government official, says that the police should stay at the farm until they solve the case. He told the Irish Sun they need to find out what happened and who did it. People in the area are very upset about what happened. Michael was a well-liked farmer who raised cattle and sheep. Neighbors have been leaving flowers and kind notes outside of the farm. One message says, "Michael, it's hard to believe you're gone. Rest easy."
Locals in Kenmare come to pay their respects at the gates of Michael Gaine's farm. Flowers are laid in tribute to a man described as a gentle teddy bear. Inside the gates, the farmyard and surrounding land remains a crime scene. Combing through the grounds, searching for vital clues, the Garda technical examination is now in its 3rd day. Once again, the fire brigade and the Defence Forces have been called in to assist with this investigation. Members of the Army Engineer Specialist Search Team walk the lands nearby. Back in the yard, Kerry drain services are seen emptying slurry tanks, while heavy-duty machinery excavates the ground behind the farm shed. This is difficult work for those on the front line of this investigation, determined to find answers to the remaining questions.
So we're looking at a article concerning the wife Janice and how she sold off his sheep. She said she sold it off because, and she sold it at a local mark during the ongoing investigation concerning her husband's disappearance. So this decision was made as a part of to assist with management of the farm's operation in his absence. This is her reasoning behind selling his sheep. Additionally, shortly after Michael's disappearance, half of his herd of approximately 30 cattle were taken away to be cared for by long-standing friends of the family. In an auction, made an emotional appeal for information concerning Michael's moments before some of his cattle was actually sold off at the auction. My whole thing in a nutshell, in my opinion, guys, opinions are just like assholes. Everybody has one. This is my personal opinion. When somebody does something like this is telling me you kind of strapped for money. So if you're strapped for money, what is to keep me from thinking that you wouldn't harm your husband in order to maybe get some insurance money, or whatever the case may be? Get rid of your husband in order to get some insurance money. In my opinion, I don't think the wife was looked at very thoroughly. That's my opinion. And another thing, guys, and I made a video concerning it. In my opinion, she was talking in the third person, in the first couple of hours when Michael was discovered missing. She was already talking in the third person like she knew something, like he wasn't coming back. Okay, and I made a video, and a lot of you had said a lot of negative stuff about that, but this is my opinion. This is my thought process. It seems like she is strapped for money, and it seems like she had already started talking in the third person, and he had not been missing very long. Who does that? Nobody really does that. And out of respect for Michael, I am hoping that he's resting in peace. I don't want to cause the family any harm, or whatever the case may be. But this is my opinion. This is strange. Who kills somebody and brings them back to their home? To me, this has to be an inside job. It has to be a wife, a family member, a worker, somebody who's associated with that farm. Because nobody does that. It just doesn't make sense. Make it make sense to me, and it just doesn't.
I'm Janice Gaine. I'm Michael Gaine's wife. I'd just like to say something about Michael, that he was my best friend, my husband. This whole thing has been devastating. And he loved his home, he loved his farm, he loved farming, he loved his animals, he loved rallying. He had lots of friends. He was a very popular guy. And his disappearance is totally out of character. Well, we knew that from day one. And if there is anybody that has any information about Michael, do please come forward and talk to the Garda. We just want Michael to come home. We want to know what happened to him. Because if we can't find Michael, I just don't know what I'm going to do, and what his family, his sister, Maureen. I just want Michael to come home.
They hate you. You're gonna die. I don't want to do this.